Hello everybody, Loki Magics, another day, another video, but today's video, we're going to compare these two banners. We have a crit damage banner and a pierce banner, right? Now, it took a little bit for me to get these two banners. I wanted one that's pretty similar, like in stats and on the perfect character. Finally was able to get it from the equipment dungeon, so we're here with this video. But for you guys that are short on time, which one's better right off the bat, I'm going to have to go with pierce. But for those of you that want to know why and see it for yourself, well, let's get right into the video. So for today's video, we're going to use King Arthur, decent damage dealer, especially with that wind relic. But you can see his stats here: decent attack, decent crit rate, decent crit damage, and no pierce stats, right? It's completely at 0, and he's not wearing any banner right now. So we're going to start off with, let's see what's the first one that comes up. What is this? Pierce. All right, so let's put on the pierce banner. Obviously, his stats are going to change a little bit, right? You got that 17% now. And let's test this one out and see how well Arthur performs. All right, so this is my little setup, my little science experiment. Pretty much Morgan comes in, put defense down on the target. This one here doesn't really matter. Just speeding up Arthur a little bit because he's a little bit slower. And then Aim's doing some more buffs for us. But before we use the A3, we're just gonna show you the stats here. Make sure it's the same for both banners and the two defense down on the main target, right? So that's all this buffs and debuffs. Slow it down. And then Arthur does a decent hit. Not too bad. Almost 100k. Not too bad, right? So let's just run that one more time and see what he does. Pierce banner test number 2. All right, you can see the buffs that Arthur has, and then the same debuffs that our boss man has, right? So we're going to use this A3 again. We'll see how it does. And it comes in at 72. Not bad, right? I think he missed one of the crits or whatever, but you know, on average around 80k, not bad for single hit, right? Now let's switch over to crit damage and see how that does. Just throwing this up here, you can see now he has a little bit more crit damage and no pierce percentage, right? So crit banner's on. Let's go. All right, we are just setting up this test again. What was it when scientists do experiments? Setting up their controlled environment. Yeah, that's what it is. But anyways, all right, let's slow this down. And I'm gonna show you guys the stats, right? It's the same, completely the same as the other situation we were in. Now we're gonna hit the head, crit, and 70k. Wow, that's pretty close to the pierce banner. I mean, we did miss a crit on both of those, and it's, yeah, pretty close. So let's just run this one more time. So that way we have 2 samples for each banner. And then this one here, I'm sure we hit all 4 crits. So it'll be comparable to the very first example you saw, right? So let me show you this again. Just make sure all the stats are the same, right? No weirdness, all the same, and crit. Okay, so we got all 4 crits here at 84k. So it seems like obviously pierce banner is better, but the crit damage one isn't too far behind, right? And this brings us to the end of the video. Looks like pierce banner has the edge over crit damage banner, and that does make sense because most bosses are going to have high defense. So let's say if you're fighting someone that has 0 defense at all, then crit damage is obviously going to be better, but it's probably not going to be like that 99% of the time. So, you know, using that math, 99% of the time, pierce banner is just going to be better. And with that being said, catch you guys on the next video.